apologize in advance. It may happen again throughout the match. So if you lose the stream, there's a possibility. It's a technical difficulty we're having. Terry, to the match now. Toronto FC2 hosting the Wilmington Hammerheads. Both clubs desperately in need of a win. Winless streaks of 3 for Toronto and 5 for Wilmington. For Toronto, they're going to have Sean Hundle up front, and he's been very impressive so far in his 9 matches so far this season.
He has been, and at just 16 years of age, he's been so good. He holds the ball up really well. He leads the line. Technically, he's very good. He can also run in behind and stretch the defense. In the last game, he was a little bit unlucky against Harrisburg. At about 10 minutes, he had a goal chalked off that was offside that, for me, was definitely onside.
Yeah, I took a look at the tape as well, and I think a hard call on Hundle. Brian James, however, he did score his first professional goal Tuesday night against Harrisburg in the 2-1 loss. Midfielder, another rookie for Toronto, who's been playing well.
He's been doing really well. He links the attack well. He's more of a number 8 than a number 6. He's got good technique and vision. When he's got time on the ball, he can definitely pick a pass. My only knock on him is at times he can sometimes drift in and out of games. Here we see his goal. He ghosted past a couple players before that, deflected shot. It was too bad it was in the 90th minute, so the comeback couldn't quite happen.
We are just about ready to go here in Toronto. As mentioned, TFC2, they had the 3-game road trip. 3 losses. They conceded 2 goals in each match, only scored 2 in the 3 games total. Would Jason Bent be more concerned with the 6 total goals conceded than the fact that they didn't score as much?
Yeah, for sure you want to, obviously,
we should mention as well, Quillen Roberts is in goal for TFC2, and he's been getting a good chunk of time here in the USL. We know he's the backup to Clint Irwin in MLS, has not seen MLS action at all yet this season. And for Wilmington, John Smits is going to be between the pipes. Let's first take a look at TFC's starting 11. There you see Quillen Roberts, Hundle, and Bernal up front. No Raheem Edwards. He's been off with the national team getting a rest. And there you see the remainder of the Toronto roster. We are underway. Wilmington in the all-white kits, moving from left to right on your screen. Toronto in the all-red kits, moving from right to left. And for Wilmington, it has been 5 games without a win for them. 3 losses and a draw, or 3 losses and 2 draws in that time span. So both of these teams looking to find themselves back in the win column. Wilmington sitting 1 point ahead of TFC2 in the standings at this moment.
Wilmington, Matt, actually last week had a game. They won. They beat the Miami Fusion in the Open Cup 6-0. Miami play in the 4th tier of the U.S. pyramid, but yeah, both teams at the moment are struggling a little bit.
For Toronto, this is their 3rd match in 9 days. They were defeated, on Tuesday against Harrisburg most recently, 2-1. Decision for them, and before that, 2-1 loss in Pittsburgh last Saturday, and 2-0 loss at Charleston the Saturday prior to that.
They actually started the game in Harrisburg quite well, the first sort of 30 minutes, and then a bit of sloppy play led to 2 quick goals from distance for Harrisburg, and before they knew it, they were behind the 8 ball.
Weather conditions here for this match, actually quite pleasant. It's a little bit windy. We'll see the flags are blowing from left to right. So TFC2 working against the wind in this first half. It was a scorcher of a day, as it has been all weekend here in Toronto. Temperatures near 30 degrees, very, very hot. There was a chance of rain all weekend. We haven't seen it materialize at all. Threat of thunderstorms throughout the day, but it does not look like we'll get any of that. And the wind has actually cooled things off quite nicely, and very good conditions down on pitch level, Terry.
Yeah, TFC in the first half were playing against the wind, so you know, it's important that any sort of free kicks in and around the box that they don't give away. Also because this team's very good on set pieces. The big center half, Peroni, scored 3 goals this year. Also, yeah, you don't want to give away any free kicks.
They have given away a free kick here, however, and it will be Mile Corbaz, number 8 for Wilmington, who will send this up. Again, working with the wind at his back, so able to push this in a little bit deeper, and it's headed away by Liam Frazier, and this is out for a corner to Wilmington. So in the opening 2.5 minutes here, a couple of good opportunities for the Hammerheads. And it's going to be Corbaz again who will stand over this in the corner. Referee delaying the proceedings, having a word with a couple of players in the area. That's Bruno Peroni Number 23, big, tall center back, as Terry mentioned. He leads this team in scoring with 3 goals. He sort of plays the same role that we see Skylar Thomas play for Toronto. That's tall center back who will come forward on set pieces.
Yeah, he's a well-traveled player. He's played in England for QPR, India, Brazil. He's comfortable on the ball. He'll start a lot of the attacks off for Wilmington. And as you said, he's dangerous on set pieces.
Possession won back there by Toronto. Fraser pushes forward for Sean Hundle. He's not able to run to it, and it's John Smits. Michael Meekum. Zev Talblib. And now again, Meekum. Being pressured by Brian James. And that will take a favorable Wilmington bounce and stay in. Skylar Thomas for James. Into the middle for Manella. He is able to get a foot to it, free it up for Mitch Tainter. And under some duress, Liam Fraser will send this all the way back to Quillen Roberts. Skylar Thomas through the middle for Manella.
Good pass from Skylar Thomas there through the lines to Manila that starts the attack off.
Boskovic pushes that forward. Hundle just a step behind as Smits read it well and came out to grab it.
There we see Hundle make a great run in behind. It's important early on to stretch that back four, and that's what Hundle does so well. Uses his pace to get him behind. Good idea from Boskovic.
It's pushed down. Roberts will handle it. Fraser. Brian James.
Good composed play there from Fraser to turn out of trouble.
And if you do hear some cheers for the Wilmington goalkeeper, John Smits, a Canadian, played with Montreal Impact previously. So we heard before the game when he was introduced, a large cheering section on hand for him. And this is actually the second keeper that we've seen this year. We had Singh from Louisville, who was from the area and had a large cheering section.
Here we see Liam Fraser get the ball under pressure, turns, plays forward. Very good play from the midfielder. Yeah, Smits is from Mississauga. He started off his career at Edmonton, made 38 appearances for them. Quite an interesting story, Matt. He was actually loaned to Montreal for one game for the CONCACAF Champions League final for cover on the bench. He actually never got on or played, but that loan happened from some good play at Edmonton.
Hundle pushing forward for Booba Job, not able to get a touch to it, but it is off the Wilmington defender, and it will go out for a Toronto corner. Booba Job, let's talk about him a little bit. The versatile player. We've seen him last year playing at the forward position, this year a lot at right back, and tonight he is in the midfield, and he continues to show his versatility and just not able to connect on that play from Sean
good
Hundle.
run to the back post, gambling there. Good movement from Hundle, ball in behind.
Manella looking to pick out Skylar Thomas. He is able to get ahead to it. It's free again. That's deflected off Liam Fraser, and it is out for a Wilmington throw.
Yeah, as you said, Job's a very versatile player. This year he's played more right back than he has up front. For me, I think this is his more favored position as sort of a right winger. He's got a ton of pace and he's good in one-on-one situations. Also, he's not afraid to put the ball in the box early.
There's Manella. Fraser looking for Bernal. Picked off by Parrott. Parrott wearing the captain's armband for the Hammerheads. Booba Job.
I think that's going to be a good battle there, Matt. Both of them have a ton of pace, Dewey and Job. Job tries to outpace him there, but well defended by Dewey.
So we've reached 7 minutes here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. A very pleasant evening for football.
We see two similar formations, both playing 4-3-3, matching up exactly the same. The only difference is Wilmington have one holding midfielder, where TFC have two back there with James at the front of the point.
Mitch Tainter working against Kyle Parker, and it's gone out for another Wilmington throw. Thrown in by Peebo Dewey. Job there for Toronto, and we'll send it out once more.
Good play there from Handel, showing the other side of his game, working hard defensively, not giving away a free kick and earning Toronto a throw-in.
So we'll come to Skylar Thomas. Boskovic. James Bernal. Bernal takes a tackle there from Tom Parrott. Wins himself a free kick. Boskovic for Thomas.
After some good play, Boskovic plays it into Bernal. James into Bernal. Good quick feet here from Bernal to earn the free kick.
William Fraser with it now. From that right side for Wesley Sharpie. Touch of miscommunication there, as I think Sharpie was expecting Bouba Job to run in behind the defender.
Yeah, Job sort of looked like he was going to go in behind, actually to create the space to get it to his feet. They're just on a different page there.
Fans, keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. Bernal picks off that pass with a header, but is just able to knock it forward, and it will be a Wilmington throw as we are just approaching 10 minutes played here in Toronto.
That's one thing Matt Jason Bent works hard on, is his front three press. We'll see also the midfielder get involved, where they can pick off the Wilmington passes out of the back and try to turn over the ball in good places.
Talbleib up the right flank, looking to find Austin Martz, and not able to catch up to it. Toronto will throw. Deep, looking to pick out Handel. Martz. Now Corbas. Comes to Moose. Justin Moose for Tom Parrott. This will just be played back to Smits. Manella for James. To Bernal. Bernal still with it. Bernal, as blocked, comes down for James, and it just ricocheted off him and will be sent out by Wilmington for a throw.
Yeah, good play there from James. Picks out Bernal out wide. Bernal cuts inside, just can't quite get his shot off. Handel actually had made a good run through the middle there, which took the defenders with him.
Manella steps up there, forces the pass. Stewie. And Tainter will send this into the crowd.
Tainter hasn't seen a lot of minutes this year, but he settled into the game well today, Matt. He's made a couple good interceptions and a couple of good headers. It's always important when you haven't played for a while that your first pass or your first headers is good. It gives you a bit of confidence.
Parrott, Meekum. Back for Smits. And Peroni. Long ball up, looking for Austin Martz. He's able to run onto it. Now Parrott's. Parrott crosses in, and it's headed up and over. And it will be a corner to Wilmington.
Good play there from Wilmington. As we spoke at the beginning of the broadcast, Peroni's so good on the ball, plays a good diagonal in behind, and then his Tainter clears away the cross. Here we see the Bernal chance after good pass from Manila. Goes out wide to him, he cuts inside to his favored right foot. He just tries to bend it to the far corner, but it's defended well by Wilmington.
And now we see the opportunity for Wilmington, and forcing Toronto to concede the corner. Martz swings it in, headed away by Frazier. So they have not quite been able to find the big center back Peroni on their two corners just yet. Here's an opportunity, and cleared away by Thomas. Struck well, and Boskovic, or rather Frazier, gets a foot to it.
We've already seen the quality of Corbos so far. He signed at the beginning of the year for the New York Red Bulls. He was waived after 2 months, but he's very good on his set piece stuff. He's got great quality.
Swung in by Moose, and it's Cleared by Toronto. Up for Hundle. Hundle with an opportunity here, working 1v1 against Michael Meekum, looking for some support, able to get around Meekum. Hundle not quite able to turn the corner, and excellent defending there from Meekum will disrupt the play.
Yeah, great ball from Manila in behind to set the attack off. Hundle does exactly what you want your forward to do, takes him on. It's actually a bit unlucky. I think the turf slows the ball up a little bit, which gets the defender an opportunity to get back.
Let's take another look at that opportunity from Sean Hundle.
Here we see a good ball in from Corbos. Bounces around in the box, and a big, long, lanky Skylar Thomas leg clears it away. Sets off the attacker. Manila plays a great ball in behind. Hundle gets one-on-one here. Looks like he's gone past him, but the ball's just a little bit slow on the turf here, and the defender gets back.
Bernal crossing in now. Job with an opportunity deflected away. Hundle will run onto it. There's a strike. And it's over the goal. That was Wesley Sharpie with the opportunity.
Some more good play here from Toronto down the left side. Bernal gets the ball into the box. After a bit of scrappy play, it lands to Sharpie. Sharpie more like a defender there. Spanks it over the bar. It's important there that he just hits the target and at least makes the keeper work. Great to see so many Toronto bodies in the box.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook today for exclusive news and interactive content. Sharpie working against his man there, able to free it up for Justin Moose. Now Parrott. Back for Moose. Moose with some space and an opportunity. Played through, the attempt anyway, and Sharpie was able to get his foot in the way of that pass.
Important interception there from Sharpie. He does well to read the pass, but just before here, Moose does really well. He picks the ball up in the pocket here, lets the ball run across him here, and he just tries to slide it in behind, but Sharpie reads it. Good awareness from Moose. He's played, he's been around the block a little bit too. Played for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Also went over, played in Thailand for a little bit.
Boskovic able to win that back for Toronto. For Manella. Now Frazier. Tainter, Sharpie. Manella. James. Skylar Thomas. And Hundle not able to receive that pass. Taken by Peroni. Moose chips forwards for Austin Martz. Martz able to run it down, cross in. Thomas knocks it away.
Good ball in there behind by Corbos. It's important that Boskovic, when you see Corbos has time on the ball, that he doesn't just stand still, he drops, and when there's no pressure on the ball, you can't hold a high line.
Hundle for Manella.
Fantastic hold-up play there by Hundle.
Job streaking forward, and Smits will be out to knock it away, just out of the reach of Booba Job. But as you said, Terry, very well played from Hundle and then Manella.
Yeah, Hundle makes that look so easy, brings the ball down on his chest, and that opportunity doesn't happen if he doesn't control it well. And at just 16 years of age, that's so impressive. Those little things are what stand out to the coaches.
And when we had TFC Academy coach Danny Dicchio on our broadcast last time out a couple of weeks ago, that's one of the things that he mentioned about Sean Hundle. Hundle's a guy that he's coached very recently, and you know, that's part of what makes him an impressive young player.
Yeah, we spoke about how the TFC this sort of past couple of weeks have had a tough couple of results. They're coming off of 3 losses. But on the flip side to that, the first team has picked up a few injuries in the MLS side, and we've seen a lot of academy players and USL players graduate into the first team. We've seen Hamilton, Babuli, Morgan, and Chapman all getting minutes.
And with the injury to Josie Altidore, Mo Babuli has suddenly become a central part of that Toronto attack. He started, I believe, the last 2 matches alongside Sebastian Javinko, and I guess luckily for the club, they're not going to be losing Javinko to Euro 2016 in a bit of a controversial decision, but I guess, like you said, they've got some injuries right now and they can't really afford to lose them. But it is showcasing players like Hamilton and Babuli and Jay Chapman who are earning their minutes with the MLS side.
Yeah, and no longer is Mo Babuli a peripheral player. He's now playing a lot of minutes, and each game he's getting better and better and more confident, and all that great technique we've seen him in the USL, he's now showing on the big stage in the MLS.
That's cleared away by Hundal, and he's earned public praise from his coach, Greg Vanney. That's one thing for a coach to have quiet confidence in a player, but Greg Vanney has singled out Mo Babuli in his post-game press conferences. Here's Bouba Jobe with an opportunity. Hundal sort of had to stop to receive that. Still with it, 1-on-2. Hundal finds Manella. And nearly a great opportunity there. The pass from Jobe was just a bit behind Sean Hundal. He had to slow up. There's a strike taken by Smits.
TFC find themselves in a great counter-attacking position. Coming up to the halfway line, they're 2v1 there. Jobe just passes it a little bit early and a little bit behind Hundal, where he's not able to get him behind. He either needs to take the defender on and be really positive, or play an early ball in behind for Hundal to run onto.
There's Peroni.
Yeah, but going back to Mo Babuli, he's been so impressive with the first team now. Here we'll see the 2v1 here. We see Jobe pick the ball up here, and he doesn't really attack the defender, or he doesn't really play an early ball in behind, and Wilmington's able to get back in numbers and defend.
Pace slows down a little bit here. We are 20 minutes played at the Ontario Soccer Centre. No score between Toronto FC 2 and the Wilmington Hammerheads. On a pleasant Sunday evening, we thank you for joining us. Sal Bernal, Chris Manella. Bernal, former All-American at UNLV, finds Manella. Hundal chips for Bernal, and that's a foul on Sal Bernal as he took down the defender, Tom Parrott, as he tried to work around him.
Yeah, we've seen Bernal, Matt, come off the bench a fair bit for TFC too. He gets his opportunity today to start. Probably deserves it. He's had a couple of good opportunities and looks at goals, and he's been a little bit unlucky. He's been robbed by some good goalkeeping.
And he did score, however, in the last home match for Toronto FC2, the lone goal in that matinee game against the Richmond Kickers. So he is off the schneid this season, after scoring a pair a year ago.
Yeah, he's got a knack of getting into good positions in the box, which is tough to coach. It's something a lot of players either have or don't have, and he shows good composure. He doesn't panic in the box a lot of the time. He definitely makes the keeper work.
It's Mitch Tainter. Sharpie. Jobe. Jobe draws some defenders in, but is not able to find a teammate, and is taken by Peroni.
Great reaction, though, from Jobe after he's lost the ball there. Works hard to get it back.
Skylar Thomas, flag up from the linesman.
Matt, Toronto created a couple of half opportunities, and they haven't quite picked out that cutting edge chance, but their passing's been very good out of the back tonight, hasn't it? They've hardly given the ball away, and hopefully I don't curse them now, but the passing's been very crisp.
This happened to you a couple times so far this season. Sal Bernal down that left flank, looking to cross in, does. There's Hundal, and he's got it! The first professional goal for Sean Hundal in the 23rd minute. Grab that ball and get it to the rookie. It's a 1-0 Toronto lead.
Big moment for Hundal, first goal of his professional career. All starts with a great ball from Boskovic in behind. Sam Bernal makes makes his space, gets in behind on his bad left foot. He puts the ball into the box. Hundell makes his run to the near post, brings defenders with him. It's just behind him. He controls it well and just sticks it into the bottom corner.
And what a marvelous little touch there from Hundell, using the outside of his right foot to just chip it just past the sprawling keeper. What an excellent goal from Hundell.
Great turn and close touch. Keeps the ball right on his foot.
Now, Terry, I've got to say, I said grab that ball and get it to the rookie. There's a tradition in hockey, you score your first goal, you grab the puck. Does that tradition exist in soccer, that you sort of get to keep the ball from your first goal?
The only way you get to keep the ball is if you score a hat trick.
Gotcha.
And then all your players will sign it after a game.
You know, as I was saying it, I was realizing that's more of a hockey thing. I'm not totally sure if it happens here in soccer. But
normally
maybe just a figure of expression, I guess.
Normally
now
what happens, though, is on your first game or your first goal, all the players will sign your jersey and you bring that home, and that's something you can keep. Though I don't think the kit man would like that. Great striker's goal and awareness from Hundell, though.
Toronto looking for more here. Brian James able to find Booba Job down the right side. Hundell's got to watch to stay on side here. He is now. Job chips it, and it's just gone wide. And Booba Job yelling to himself. An excellent opportunity for Toronto to stretch the lead to 2.
TFC again dangerous on the counterattack here. We see Job coming forward. He just hesitates a little bit, sees the keeper off his line. Great idea, great imagination from Job. Just a little bit better execution, and it's 2-0. Job's having a great night tonight so far. I think he's enjoying playing a little bit higher up the pitch, not playing right back.
Yeah, we saw that last year. He loves to jump into the offensive fray, and definitely a creative player. There's Chris Manella. Now Boskovic. Chips in, looking for, I believe that's Sharpie, who's all the way pushed forward. And the counter coming from Wilmington. Frazier, his challenge goes awry. Now taken by Talblieb and Parrott. Bernal not able to keep that in, will be a Wilmington throw. And let's take, in a second, we'll grab another look at the Toronto goal, but first Wilmington trying to level it up here. Sharpie with some good defending. There's Dewey, and that's sent over the goal. One more time, the goal from Sean Hundell.
Great first touch, 3 players around him, just stops the ball dead and doesn't lash at it there. He just coolly tucks it away into the bottom corner. Good composed finish from him.
And what a great look from that camera angle that we've got there. A GoPro setup just on the post attached behind the net. Able to give us an excellent view of Sean Hundell's first professional goal.
Yeah, and then for Wilmington, that'll be the last thing they wanted to do, concede after 20 minutes, after losing 5 straight as well. That'll drain any confidence.
And Booba Job once again with an opportunity to push forward, and Parrott is there to make sure it doesn't find Sal Bernal and send it out for a Toronto throw. Booba Job doing an excellent job of creating space for himself and his teammates so far in the opening 25 minutes.
Yeah, Job whips a great ball in there behind. It's great to see 3 TFC players attacking it. The Wilmington captain does well to defend it and clear it away.
Hundell, Manella not able to preserve that. Out for a throw. Peroni. Good touch there coming from Michaud. And good defense there from Mitch Tainter, able to strip Pibo Due. Manella, Bernal. Parrott takes him on and is able to win it away, but Manella gets it back for Toronto. Parrott still chasing now and will retreat as Manella is able to find his defender, Boskovic. That's A good defensive play there from Parrott. Almost a bit of a gamble, stepping right up. If Bernal is able to slip around him, he's home free.
Yeah, again, good defending from Barrett there. He's an aggressive right back. Looks like he loves to tackle. And then we saw after that some good play from Manila to take the ball back and then keep possession and shields off Parrott.
It's an opportunity now for Austin Martz, and he sends it over the goal.
Some good play there from Wilmington. The ball comes into Martz here. Skylar Thomas just steps up probably when he doesn't need to. He leaves the back four here. You see him step up here, and all of a sudden there's a space in behind. Martz gets onto it, and he just cuts across it there, isn't able to hit the target. For me, Skylar Thomas there just needs to stay in the back four, keep the ball in front of him, and if he beats Q there from 35 yards, fair enough.
Boskovic, Bernal, not able to win it free. Comes back to Parrott. Good interplay there, finds Moose. Now Corbas, and now this will come to Meshad. Parrott. Thomas steps up. There's an opportunity. Thomas pulls him down. It will be a penalty. And a caution for Skylar Thomas as well. He was once again caught maybe a little bit flat-footed.
Yeah, we see him jump in here a little bit and lunge in, and for me, I think he gets a little bit of the ball here. Wilmington here in the second phase. Moose plays a good ball in behind. No, he doesn't get any ball there. It's definitely a penalty.
That was Jeff Meshad on the attack.
Meshad just gets in front of him, and Tyler tries to wrap his leg around there, just can't get the ball.
So here is Peroni. Steps up, and he buries it. We're level at 1. The 4th goal of the season for Bruno Peroni. He leads Wilmington in scoring, continues to do so, stepped up to the spot confidently, and hammered it into the bottom right corner of the goal.
Yeah, we don't see that very often, the big center back stepping up to take a penalty, but Peroni side foots it into the bottom corner. As you said, 4th goal on the season. Good power behind it. Q's got no chance there. Takes a little bit of wind out of Toronto's sails. They started the game so well. To be fair, it was a great ball in behind from Moose that creates the opportunity. Skylar's almost a little bit lucky, because for me that's a really good goal scoring opportunity. Could have been shown a red card.
So it's a caution and a goal for Wilmington in the 30th minute to draw us level at 1. And what has been an entertaining half hour of football so far.
It just shows, Matt, it's so important that when you clear that first ball, that you don't switch off mentally, that the play's still going on, and that when you do step out, you pick up your attackers.
There's Moose again as Wilmington looks to have gained some momentum. This cross comes right to Skylar Thomas, and he will clear for Boskovic. Manella.
It's important now that this young Toronto team doesn't lose concentration. Last week against Harrisburg, they conceded 2 goals in quick succession, almost felt sorry for themselves after conceding the first. They've started the game well. They keep their chest pumped out and keep passing the ball.
And how big does that, I guess, miss you would call it from Booba Job 2 minutes after the goal from Hundal that could have put them up 2-0. Looms a little bit larger now as the penalty draws Wilmington level.
Here we see Peroni. He's had a good career. He's 28 years old. He's played in England for QPR. He's also played in India, played a lot of games in Brazil. He's very well traveled. Well
done by Manella there. He had to slide to win that as Boskovic had sort of slid out wide and sort of abandoned his defensive position, and I think he needed to drop back there and get back in position to defend, because if Manella was not able to get the ball there, would have been an excellent opportunity for Wilmington. Still had Skylar Thomas back, but players attacking with speed.
Yeah, he's had a good game so far, Manila. He's picked up a lot of second balls in the middle of the park and hasn't given the ball away yet so far.
Bernal taken down there by Parrott just at the edge of the box, and it will be a free kick to Toronto right from the edge of the area. And this will be an opportunity for them to pull back ahead.
Good ball from James out wide here to Burnell. Burnell sized him up one-on-one. Rash tackle from Barrett. Definitely a free kick. Just needs to stay on his feet there. Good play from Burnell. Here now we're going to see an in-swinger from Manella. He'll whip his foot right round it.
And as expected, Skylar Thomas has pushed forward, but it looks like they're going to use the center back themselves. Peroni, a battle of very tall defenders in there. Manella swings it in. It's stopped. Thomas stopped again. I'm not sure that was Smits who got to it, but somehow stays out, and Skylar Thomas has a goal pulled off the line.
Great chance for Skylar Thomas. He does everything that he needs to. Keeps composed, hits the target, but it's just stopped on the line. It almost hits him rather than him defending it.
And a good response there from Toronto. 3 minutes after conceding with an excellent scoring opportunity off that set piece.
Great ball whipped in here we see from Manella. Falls to Skylar Thomas, and the center half just block. He does well to get back on the line here, leaves his check and stops it right on the line.
Michael Meekum to the rescue there for the Hammerheads, number 4. Able to get a piece of that and keep this game level at 1. Manella loses a challenge there. There's Moose. Swung in behind. Tainter will clear.
Yeah, both his runners there went to the near post. He tried to hang it up at the back post. That's a bit of an Achilles heel for Wilmington, set pieces. Last week against Charleston, they conceded off a corner from the same side. Peroni actually lost his man for that one as well. There we see Skylar Thomas lose the goal scorer.
Boskovic can't pull this down clean. Martz will receive it back from Moose. Martz out wide to the right, will push it in, looking to cross. Does, headed by Parker and stopped by Quillen Roberts.
Huge gap in the middle of the Toronto defense there. They have to pick up the center forward. Good 1-2 here from Martz down the right-hand side. Whips a great ball into the box. Both center halves are looking at each other there. Why have we not got the center forward? The center forward, not the best header in the world, heads it right into Quillen Roberts. For me there, I think Tainter needs to come across and pick up the center forward.
Roberts will just boom that out to midfield. Hundal loses the header. Bernal not able to get around Meekum. Push back for Peroni. Peebo Duet is not able to keep that in. Sharpie for James. James trying to get it back to Thomas. Thomas does well to hold his line there and not give up an opportunity to Justin Moose. Very easy for a defender to get sort of caught in between there, and Thomas decided not to step forward and surely would have been sped around, but holds back just long enough to be able to get a foot to it.
Thomas does well to step up there. It's important if you're going to play backwards from James. To be fair to James, it's probably the first time he's given the ball away there. It's important he fires that ball back to Skylar Thomas there. He underhits it a little bit and puts Skylar Thomas into a difficult situation.
Brian James. For Booba Job. Job trying to work around Peroni. A little bit of a size mismatch there, and Peroni will win the foot race and send it out for a Toronto throw.
Good pace there from Peroni. Just before that, James shows great awareness, holds the ball up and plays a good ball in behind over his head, which set Job off.
Push the line.
Sharpie. James. Pulled down, free kick Toronto.
Now quickly in. Nick, don't turn your back.
Fans, don't forget TFC2 season seats now on sale for just $120 a seat. Visit tfc2.ca to secure your season seats today. Manella will stand over this for the free kick. As the wind starts to intensify a little bit. Manella swung in. James will run it down and keeps it in play. James swings it in, headed up by Hundal. and just wide of the goal.
Good set piece there from Toronto. That's probably one Jason Bentz worked on the training ground. See James spin out around to the back post. Manila just overhits his free kick a little bit. The ball runs out of play. James is able to pick it up, plays a good ball into the box. Hundel's in the box just a little bit too early. Good near post run again from Hundel.
Frazier in midfield. Tainter looking for Job. Job is eventually able to win it and then knocked away. And Douay in the middle. And knocked away by Tainter as Austin Martz had an opportunity there, and it's going to be a foul to Wilmington.
Tainter does well there, Matt, to come around and cover. If he doesn't come around, there's trouble. Just before that, though, Job, he's pressing and working really hard, but when you are pressing, it's important that you don't press on your own. At times, it's easier to just sit in your shape, keep the ball in front of you, and not be broken down.
39th minute here at the Ontario Soccer Centre, level at 1. Goals from Sean Hundel in the 22nd minute, and Bruno Perrone off a penalty in the 30th. Boskovic able to win that back away from Austin Martz. In the middle for Frazier, it's given away, and here's Moose, has Martz out wide to the right, able to connect. Thomas with an excellent sliding challenge. Wins it back for Toronto. Brian James through midfield, looking to find Bernal, and he is just offside.
I think the linesman got that one right. Good run from outside to in from Bernal. You just see the turf there. It's a little bit slow tonight. Take off any pace off James's pass.
And what impact would the tremendous heat that we've had over the last couple of days have on this pitch?
I think the biggest thing with this pitch is when it's hot or dry, it plays quite slow. But when it's wet, it's super quick. Tonight, we're seeing that any sort of short passes just before the ball back to Skylar Thomas from James when he needs to step in. If it's not pinged in, the ball holds up.
Thomas once again steps up and able to knock that away from Moose.
A couple of sloppy passes right now from Toronto in midfield. They're sort of causing themselves their own problems at the moment.
Thomas is able to keep that away from Justin Moose. Now Frazier, back for Roberts. Job, dispossessed. Comes down for Martz. Martz with Moose, looking to find Martz again, but Frazier defends it well. There's Sal Bernal, not able to, won't even go up for the header against Parrott. Now Bernal has it. Hundel pulled down there and wins the foul from Meekum. And Brian James injured at midfield. He's got his left shoe off and grasping the bottom of his foot and looks to be in some considerable discomfort. So I believe it was Zev Talblib who collided with him in midfield.
Yeah, we just saw off camera Talblib. James has got the wrong side of him and he just pulls him back. Yeah, we see James just gets the wrong side of him. Their boots actually tangle up. He pulls him back, but I think that's why he's lost his boot there and it's a bit of a sore Achilles.
Then I believe the foul was called on the near side as Hundel tried to get around Meekum.
Yeah, the last sort of 5 minutes have been a little bit sloppy from Toronto. It's important now, just coming up into halftime, that they don't give anything away. They started the game so well for the first 35 minutes.
Bit of an unofficial water break here for the sides as Brian James gathers himself. Trainer was not required to come on the field. Martz. Back for Meekum.
do it. Manella. Hundle. Back for Manella. Manella with some space and didn't get away quite the type of shot that he would have liked. And it rolls harmlessly wide.
Good play in midfield from Manella. Holds off 3 or 4 players there. Plays a good 1-2 with Hundo. Probably would have been better to go out wide to Burnell, but you can never doubt a player or for shooting.
Job plays long. Brian James will run onto it. Looking to cross in. Comes down to Bernal. And that was deflected. Thought it was deflected off Parrott, but they're going to say that it was straight out, and a good attempt from Sal Bernal results in a goal kick.
Yeah, it also comes from a good run from midfield from James. Gets him behind the back 4. Just holds the ball up, picks out a Bernal run. Bernal looks to go near post, stays out wide. James picks him out at the back post. Acrobatic overhead kick. I think it went out for a corner as well. The ref maybe just misses that one.
There's Boskovic. Hundo.
Just needs a shout from his teammates there. He could have turned.
Thomas looking to pick out Bernal, a little bit long. Thomas. Now here's Wilmington. A little bit of a fancy footwork there. Goes awry for Wilmington.
Fraser does well there to stop Corbos. He's having none of that fancy footwork. Good old-fashioned midfielder, Fraser. Breaks up a lot of plays. Given a lot of responsibility there, sat in front of the back 4. We're seeing Manila play a little bit further forward because of Fraser.
Another young player. Fraser just 17 years old.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of Maestro watches added time.
Let's take another look at the opportunity from Sal Bernal.
Here we see James pick him out at the back post here. Smashes it towards net. Great technique, just can't quite hit the target.
But it does, however, hit our GoPro camera. Right into your living room. Or I think it hit the pole just above it, dislodging our camera. From that angle, though, could tell that it did not hit the defender. So right call by the referee, wrong call by the couple of amateur referees up here. We'll stick to broadcasting, I guess, Terry.
Yeah. Again, we see Moose there picking the ball up just in front of the backboard. He's starting to cause a few problems.
It's crossed in, not dangerous at the moment, and Boskovic will be able to gather that. And he sends it out. 1 minute of added time was signaled by the fourth official. And that 1 minute apparently has expired. So we have reached the end of the first half, 45 minutes in, a goal apiece. Toronto FC 2 and the Wilmington Hammerheads. A very spirited first half, Terry, and pretty good play from both sides. And what do you think of Toronto's play thus far?
I thought for the first 35 minutes, up until the penalty, I thought they played really well. They're quite a young team today, but they kept the ball well. Their passing was sharp. After the goal, there's a couple of sloppy passes in midfield, got away with 1 or 2. Wilmington had a good chance with that header. But overall, I think Jason Bent will be happy. A little bit disappointed with that header.
Well, let's send it down pitch side. Sean Telblay.
Thanks, Matt. Sean, 1-1 after 45 minutes. Your first goal of your USL campaign. Take us through that goal.
Nothing really special. I just saw the ball was going back, took 2 steps back, took a touch and put it in the corner.
And how does it feel scoring your first goal? Do you feel a little bit more confident?
Of course, yeah. After the last game getting called an offside goal, after getting that one, I feel a lot more confident.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Matt and Terry, take it away.
Thank you, Chantel. Clearly a very humble young man, Sean Huntel. Oh, no big deal.
Very excited.
My first goal, no big deal. Well, probably imagines there are many more to come for Sean Hundle, and based on what we've seen through 10 games this year, have to agree with that. Sean Hundle has a goal for Toronto. Bruno Peroni has the equalizer for Wilmington. We're level at the half. Lots more still to come on our halftime show here from Toronto.
at this time, we'd like to welcome Doug Dam and Renzo Mozar from Trento Kia and Frank Uccello from Fubu Homes to center field. Joining them at center field is Diana Narvaez. Diana Narvaez is our first of 6 winners this season that will be going home with a key that could possibly open the Kia store located outside our gates, courtesy of Trento Kia and Fubu Homes. Congratulations, Diana. For your chance to win a key, be sure to fill out a ballot upon entry at your next TFC2 home game.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan. Matt Antonio and Terry Dunfield here with you at the half. TFC2 and the Wilmington Hammerheads level at a goal apiece. Sean Hundal scoring the goal for Toronto and Bruno Peroni scoring for Wilmington. A very exciting first half, some opportunities both sides, maybe a little bit more open than the coaches would like, but some good soccer all around here
Yeah,
tonight,
we saw
Terry.
some great attacking play in the first half. I thought Hundal was excellent, his movement was good, his hold-up play was good. There we see him make a great run in behind. Here, just the simple things he's doing so well, which is a lot easier said than done. Unlucky there, good running behind from Joe. Here Brunel does really well to create the space, gets him behind, slides a great ball into the box with his bad left foot. Hundal turns on a dime and just sticks it into the bottom corner here. What a great first touch here, and then flicks it with the outside of his foot into the bottom corner.
Impressive goal from the 16-year-old rookie, the first of his pro career. Bouba Jobe, he was a force in that first half as well, creating some offense for Toronto.
Yeah, good imagination there. Tries to chip the keeper. Here we see the Wilmington goal. Skylar Thomas just gets caught ball watching after he clears the first one. Gets the wrong side of the defender, brings him down for a penalty. Peroni steps up, sticks it to the right-hand side. Q goes the wrong way. Fourth goal in the season for the Brazilian.
So that's where we are at the half. Level 1-1 between Toronto FC2 and the Wilmington Hammerheads. It's a beautiful night here in Toronto. The sun's setting into the north end of the city. Lots more to come here on the halftime in Toronto.
Fans, you visit the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub.
Welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre. A couple more minutes until the second half is underway, so why not watch some amazing soccer players? Here are the USL Goals of the Week for Week 9.
Myron Samuel on the right-hand side from Ojong. Samuel into the box, puts it back to the top. It's Mark Ojong again. It's a great shot from Ojong. Goal, Sounders 2.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so it was a good turnout.
That's great. Flags down, in the box, back corner and into the net. Score, switchbacks. Thought the flag was going to come up. All the United players, I think that's our good that one.
Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez, I think it was there.
The next Open Cup game. Right. Also, Ambersley subbed out for Bouchou. And there's a goal to the opposite end. And make that goal number 4 on the night from Herrera on the quick break. It will be Fatau, and it's a spectacular goal on his return to Portland. And Vancouver has taken a 2-0 lead within 19 minutes.
giving his teammates an opportunity to at least regroup for the corner kick.
It's only our second.
Oh, quick one, and it's in! Oh my! A set play for the Hounds off the corner, driven into the top right corner. 68th minute, the Riverhounds have the lead.
We'll be right back with second half action. I'll be talking to Toronto FC head coach Jason Bent in a couple minutes. Welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre. I'm here with head coach Jason Bent. And Jason, a pretty fast-paced first 45, 1-1 overall impression on the first half.
Yeah, we wanted to come out and set the tone right from the off defensively. I think we were pretty aggressive and then trying to win the ball back in good areas. We had a number of chances on the counter-attack, some 2v1s, 3v1s even, where we just needed that final little bit of execution. But overall, we thought we controlled the majority of the game. And the only time they were really dangerous was off of our careless turnovers in sort of our defensive third. So if we can clean that up going into the second half and keep our same mentality, then we feel we can get 3 points.
And Sean Hundle got his first official USL goal. Impressions on him in this first 45?
Yeah, I think he's been fantastic for us for weeks. You know, he was robbed a goal last week from the officiating, but glad to see him get on the score sheet today, and hopefully he can get another one.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Matt and Terry, take it away.
Thank you, Chantel. Love to hear Jason Bent, not mincing words. He was robbed of a goal by the officials, which is true. You know, it's it might sound like, you know, homerism or anything like that, but when you take a look at the tape and really break it down, it really wasn't close. A really poor call by the official. We're back underway here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. I'm Matt Antonio with Terry Donfield. You just heard from Chantel Blais down at pitchside, completing our broadcast crew. It's a gorgeous Sunday night here just north of the city of Toronto in Vaughan. The sun setting to the northwest of the pitch. Toronto in the red kits moving left to right. They will have the wind at their backs for this second half, as we are level at 1. as the second half begins. And the lights playing more of a factor in the second half than they did in the first. And Toronto will be looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, as we mentioned. Wilmington hungry as well. They have not won in their last 5 contests.
In the first half, we didn't see two teams low on confidence. I thought both teams played really well, passed the ball well. I thought TFC were, as Jason said, were very dangerous on the counterattack. Both wingers, Job and Burnell, I thought were very good. And of course, Hundel's had a very good first half. Took his goal very well.
That opportunity there from Jeff Meshad. He was the player who was pulled down by Skylar Thomas that led to the penalty kick goal from Bruno Peroni. No substitutions at the half for either club. And just a reminder, it is 5 substitutions aside here in USL, not the 3 that we're accustomed to seeing in MLS play or international competitions or over in Europe. 5 substitutions aside here in the USL. Neither team has utilized their first to this point.
Yeah, I think the substitutes, especially for Toronto, are going to be important. This is their 3rd game in 8 days. So I think that they'll play an important role.
There's an opportunity for Wilmington, but Roberts is there to snatch it up off the foot of Austin Martz. Available off the bench for Toronto. A bit of a short bench tonight, so they have the backup keeper, Phil DiBernardo. Then Luca Uccello, Aiden Daniels, Malik Johnson, and Ethan Beckford are the only 4 players available for Toronto this evening. So they will likely not be making all 5 substitutions unless something should happen to Quillen Roberts. And of course, no Raheem Edwards tonight for Toronto. TFC2's leading goal scorer. Getting the night off. He's had a lot of work in the last couple of weeks. As we mentioned earlier, he played with the Canadian, was called into the Canadian under-23 team. Had a fantastic showing with that squad. And he's come back to Toronto, but will be given some rest here by Coach Jason Bent. There's an opportunity for Bernal, and it's struck wide.
Good play there from Burnell. All starts with Hundel. He gets the ball, he turns at the back 4, plays a great ball out wide here to Burnell. Burnell squares up the captain here, cuts inside on his right foot, sets it up to bend it round to the far corner, just gets underneath it a little bit. With that wind, you don't really need to hit it that hard. You can almost let the wind bring it back around into that far corner.
We did see that wind looked like it held up that goal kick from Martz just a little bit. This is something teams will have to consider in the second half. It's headed away by Boskovic. Manellet trying to clear out for Hundel, but it's picked off by Mal Corbas. Parrott. This comes back for Martz. Parrott once more. Crossed in. That struck over the goal, bounced over the goal off the right foot of Meshad, who's had a tough start to his second half, missing a couple of good opportunities.
Finds himself in a good place there. Wilmington were actually 2v1 at the back post with Sharpie. Sharpie actually puts his arm round Parker, maybe gets away with one a little bit there. Meshard has to hit the target there at the back post.
I mentioned sort of a short bench for Toronto. Not even equally, even shorter bench for Wilmington. Other than the backup keeper, just 3 substitutes available for Wilmington. So not as many options available as usual for these coaches. Bouba Job trying to run onto this. He's got there and was not able to strike it well. Job. Manella, that's deflected away. James not able to get a hard contact to it. And Wilmington will have an opportunity to clear way up into the air. And now this is cleared back to Boskovic. Toronto with some opportunities there, just lacking that finishing touch to put it in.
Yeah, they couldn't quite open it up there. Good play from James to spring Job. Job's a little bit of a hesitant shot, doesn't quite get hold of it. And then we see Manila have a shot deflect off Peroni.
Boskovic trying to work towards the middle, still with it. We'll send it out wide for Bernal. Bernal taken down there by Parrott. Parrott is displeased with the call, but it will be a free kick to Toronto. Let's rewind a minute here and take a look at the opportunities Toronto had a minute ago.
Yeah, James shows great awareness to turn and get at the back four, waits a great ball in behind. Job doesn't really strike it, picks up his rebound. We see his Zidane scissors there, plays it back to Manila. Great weight on his pass. Manila hits it first time, deflects off the big Brazilian, and Wilmington able to scramble it clear. We saw in the first half, Manila make a great delivery from this angle that led to Skylar Thomas' chance.
It will be Manila to swing this in. They had a kick from a similar spot in the first half. Manila will swing this in, looking for Thomas. Job in the back there as well. And it's headed away by Wilmington. Thomas will try to pull this down, working against two defenders. Job is there in support. Job still with it, will look to cross. Does, but the teeth of that wind will carry it out into the parking lot.
Yeah, it's important that you really wrap your foot around it there. Not the best delivery from Manila there. He just gets underneath it a little bit, and it floats over to the back post.
Peroni. Frazier. Sharpie.
Good ball, good play from Tainter there before, just to bring the ball down on his chest. Shows good composure and keeps Toronto in possession.
And Booba Job going to be whistled here. Aggressive into Peroni.
Good call from the ref there. I think he gets it right. Peroni defends well there. He just steps in front of Hundell. Hundell's got to expect that ball into his feet there and just get it in front of Peroni.
Peroni from Brazil, as you mentioned, but Peroni, the name of a very popular Italian beer. Different spelling, but same pronunciation, and can't help but think of it every time we call his name this evening.
I would say if the Toronto won, maybe go for a Peroni with a few of the players, but I think they're all, most of them are underage still.
A good number of them would not be admitted into a drinking establishment in the area. Tonight's goal scorer, Sean Hundell, still 3 years away from being admitted to a bar.
Celebrate with a Gatorade or something.
Can have a ginger ale. Frazier goes up, a little aggressive there against Meshad, and another free kick to the Hammerheads.
Frazier's unlucky there. He goes up, his eyes are only on the ball. Meshad's he just sort of backs into, he doesn't even try to win the ball. Good header from Frazier. I don't think that was a free kick for me.
Frazier, another TFC2 player, not yet of drinking age in Canada. And for the our fans in Wilmington, a reminder that the legal drinking age up here 19, not 21 as it is down in the States.
He's had a good game tonight, Frazier. He hasn't seen a lot of minutes. There's a lot of sort of more senior players, I say senior, only 20, 21, that can play in that holding role there. You see Bouchard, Manila play there. Chapman's played in there. So when Frazier's got his opportunity tonight, he's done really well. It shows how good the academy is, and players are coming off that conveyor belt.
Thomas with a pass there that doesn't quite connect to Brian James, and he's forced into a free kick. Fans, don't forget you can keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the league and its 29 teams, redesigned for this season. Very nice and clean look on the official league website.
Seems the only time Toronto's under pressure is when they make a mistake or put themselves under pressure. Those sloppy sort of passes.
Played in, and it is right out for a goal kick. Wilmington looking for a second penalty there as Kyle Parker was tangled up with Skylar Thomas.
Another good ball in from Corbo. Sharpie does well just to hold his player off, keep him away from the ball and goal.
That's headed back by Douay, and Hundell not able to run it down. Peroni will just knock it out for a Toronto corner, and an opportunity for the Young Reds here.
Yeah, we see the win there, get hold of Q's goal kick, and before you know it, Toronto have a corner down at the other. A bit of a heavy touch from Peroni. Could have just put it out for a throw-in.
So it will be Manella. Swings it in. Up for it was Sharpie and knocked away. Bernal back sort of playing defense here as the backs for Toronto push forward on the corner, and Bernal a little bit shorter, not asked to help out in the area during the corner, sort of forced into a defensive role and was able to send that back in nicely. Bernal listed just 5'6" on the official team roster.
Yeah, he's just not the biggest. He's a real skillful and technical player, and he's very good in and around the box.
Boskovic gambled there, missed. Doesn't pay off for Toronto as Wilmington with an opportunity. The cross attempt coming from
Moose.
Justin Moose, thank you, is out for a corner off of Skylar Thomas. Boskovic stepped up, and it was a well taken by
Yeah, but you see Skylar Thomas there. It looks like he's going to dive in again, possibly give another penalty away. Stays on his feet and defends it well. Moose has been very good for Wilmington tonight. He's been a thorn in Toronto FC's side. He's been very lively.
Thomas heads that forward, still not cleared, and an opportunity there is thwarted, and Parker was in the middle of it and taken down once again. Referee not calling anything.
Love that there from Hundell. Holds off 4 players to keep Toronto in possession.
And Bernal with the head of speed. Bernal moving forward, crossed in looking for Job, is a little bit behind him, and Job will have to run it down.
Great change of pace there from Bernal. Just needed to use his left foot there. He just kind of flicks with his right foot.
Crossed in, Bernal, and it's sent wide and out for a corner, deflected off the Hammerheads defender, and Sal Bernal with an excellent sequence in about 45 seconds.
Yeah, he gets into the great spot there at the back post. Strange defending here from Wilmington. Peroni thinks he's going to get a free kick. He stops. The last thing you want to do as a defender. Joe plays a great ball into the back post, and Bernal gets over top of it and just can't quite work the keeper. Good effort from Toronto.
Manella swings it in. Sharpie again looking to go in for the header, and it's punched away by Smits. Frazier will run this down for Bernal. Frazier up for, looking for Hundell, and was not able to pull that down, easily handled by John Smits.
Good run there from Hundell. Gets in between the center halves. Frazier's able to pick him out. Good way on his ball. He just can't bring it down. Good movement from the young center forward.
Thomas getting tangled up with Parker. And it's going to be a free kick for Wilmington right outside the 18-yard box.
I think Skylar Thomas already booked here. He's already on a yellow card. He just needs to keep calm now. It's important. He could actually have been booked for the challenge as well.
Yeah.
Here we'll see Parker just gets to the wrong side of him here. Just pulls him back a little bit, Skylar Thomas. Definitely a free kick for me.
And looks like the referee will be giving the second yellow card to Skylar Thomas. It is a red card and ejection for Skylar Thomas here in the 60th minute, and Toronto FC2 will be down a man for the final half hour.
Be interesting to find out whether that was for dissent after or whether it was for the free kick he gave away. I think it is when you drag someone back and you're almost stopping a goal-scoring opportunity. It's definitely not a red card, but when you bring him back, you know, that could be a yellow card there. He just uses his arm, brings him down, definitely a foul. But then after the play, Skylar Thomas is arguing with the ref, and he could have been shown a yellow card for dissent as well.
So a central piece of Toronto's defense, Skylar Thomas, is out of this match, and Toronto down a man. And Wilmington with an excellent opportunity here, knocking on the door, and quite a
It's disappointing, Matt.
Quite a turn of events here. Toronto's
they
so close at one end, and now they'll have to defend an excellent opportunity here.
Again, like the first 35 minutes, they were on the front foot. They had a great first 15 minutes. Cortez has been very good on his set piece stuff so far.
Here's Corbas will step up. Right off the wall, Martz sends it over. So Toronto catches a little bit of a break here. Well defended.
Yeah, the wall does his job. Sorry, Corbez, not Cortez. It's a little bit close in there to try to bend it over the wall. I think for me there you need to use power and just really make sure you hit the target. There's so many bodies there, it could deflect anywhere.
So how does the strategy or even the formation change for Jason Benton here without his center back, Skylar Thomas?
We've seen left back Boskovic move into the middle here right now. So we've now got your two center halves of Boskovic and Tainer. TFC at the moment have moved Joe back here into the right back slot, and Sharpie's moved over to the left back slot. They'll play with Manila, James and Fraser in midfield, and then just James as a lone man up front. They've actually gone to like a 4 in midfield. You'll see Burnell slide back a little bit. So it's a 4-4-1 system.
Sorry, go ahead,
No, I was just going to say this first 5 minutes is so important when you're settling into your new formation that you don't concede.
Wilmington will look to take advantage of that. They will have half an hour to play a man up.
When you're down a man, communication's so important, passing your runners on.
And that cleared out by Toronto.
Having said that, though, with Hundell up front, you still have a lot of pace, and there will be a threat on the counterattack.
And with this, with this situation here, Toronto being down now, do the Hammerheads sort of smell blood in the water with trying to take advantage of a vulnerable opponent?
Yeah, a little bit. They give away a cheap free kick and lose their momentum. I think Toronto now just want to get through this first 5-10 minutes, sort of stunt that momentum, and of course now we're going to see Wilmington with a lot more possession, and they'll try to pick TFC apart here. With 2 banks of 4, he should be difficult to break down.
Fans, don't forget, follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 USL season. And on Instagram, they are USL Soccer. You can see match highlights and action shots from games around the league, including tonight's match here in Toronto. 1-1, Toronto and Wilmington in the 64th minute. Wilmington pressing. They are up a man here as Toronto has had Skylar Thomas sent off a pair of yellow cards here this evening.
We might see the Englishman, Barnes Homer, come on for them. They might go with 2 up front.
That's struck by Moose, and it goes wide. Down the left flank comes Sal Bernal, trying to cut in towards the middle. He is taken down on an aggressive challenge, and I think we're going to see a booking here. It is a yellow card to Zev Tablib. And so now Tablib sitting on a yellow.
Yeah, we see Burnell here again. Definitely a free kick and a yellow card. Refs quick to even out the card situation.
Well,
Burnell, but you see Burnell though, he can go both ways on the goal. He's beat his fullback to the line and cut it back with his left foot there. We see him cut inside on his right foot.
Manella to take this free kick. Swung in. Smits punches it away. And Peroni will run it down, keeps it in.
When you're down a man, Matt, your set pieces become so important for. That's one of your good opportunities to try to get a goal.
Yellow card issued in the 65th minute to Wilmington Hammerheads.
Throw awarded to Toronto. Looked like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, it looked like a Wilmington throw to me. He's given a free kick.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then, because it definitely looked like it went off Fraser's last touch.
Yeah, for me, this is an opportunity where you could maybe bring your center halves forward. You've only got really Hundo and Burnell in the box there.
That's deflected off Manila, and that will be a Wilmington throw. Maybe getting maybe a little bit ahead of myself here, Terry, but with 25 minutes to go, level at the time of the sending off of Skylar Thomas. What does the sort of the goal become? Does it sort of, obviously you want to score and you want to win, but does the goal just become not conceding and not losing at this point?
Yeah, I think if you ask Jason Bent now, you definitely take a point. But having said that, you've got Hundel's a threat going forward. Burnell's been very good. Job's now pushed further back, but he's been very good. So you do have threats on the counterattack. But I think your main sort of goal at this point is holding on to a point.
And it will be important for Toronto, because then, of course, if you concede, then it makes it a lot more difficult to draw level again when you're down. So defense is the primary point of concern right now for Toronto FC.
It also can bring you together as well. It sort of can galvanize you that, you know, you're down a man and you can see this game through, and that can breed some confidence amongst the team.
Let's send it down pitch side. Chantel Blaise, some more information on the sending off of Skylar Thomas. Chantel, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. I think there was some confusion somewhere. Not sure if it was the words that he did have with the other players as well as the ref, but no, it was his second foul. He had a caution earlier in the first half. This was his second, and that's why he had to leave this game.
Thank you, Chantel. So, as you mentioned, Terry, could have been the
dissent,
the verbal jousting, but
that would have driven manager nuts if he was sent off for a second yellow for. Still not a great challenge at the end of his box, at the edge of the box, but.
Roberts handles this one easily. We're in the 68th minute, 1-1 here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Tainter. Pushed up looking for Hundel, but it will be Peroni who runs onto it.
Now Toronto will try to stay as compact as they can, whereas Wilmington will try to spread the pitch and try to move Toronto out of their slots.
Do it.
I've been impressed with him, man. I think Corbo, Justin Moose has been good, but I think Corbo's in midfield's a tidy midfielder. His set piece stuff's been good. He's got good energy. He's very comfortable on the ball. You can see why New York Red Bulls at the beginning of the season took a chance on him. We signed a homegrown deal there.
Corner one here by Wilmington.
Losing Skylar Thomas, you also lose your big man on set pieces, who was picking up Peroni, who has 3 goals from set pieces this year, plus his penalty today, his 4th.
Swung in by Corbos and handled by Roberts.
Great take from Roberts. You heard him shout and claim for it from here.
Roberts looking maybe a little bit more confident tonight than we have seen him in prior matches. He was so good for this team last year, and at the beginning of the year, maybe it was the lack of game action, as he spent a good chunk of the season with the MLS squad, and maybe shaking off the rust a little bit in his first few matches, but he seems a bit more composed this evening than we've seen him this year.
Yeah, he looks more confident. His distribution's been good today. He had a tough couple of games. Got beat twice from distance in the last game, and before that got beat on a cross. But no, he looks good today. It's tough going up and down between teams. One day you're training with the first team, next you're playing here. But no, he's looked good today.
There's opportunity for Wilmington. Right through the middle, coming down Main Street is Austin Martz. Stopped by Roberts. The rebound comes free. Here's an opportunity. And stopped again by Quillen Roberts and sent out for a corner by Mitch Tainter. Jeff Machad robbed by Quillen Roberts after Austin Martz had the first opportunity.
Yeah, we see Martz here pick up the ball on the halfway line, drives right at the heart of the Toronto FC defense. Needs to make a challenge there, comes in onto Q. Q stands up very well. Here we see Mouchard just dwell on it a little bit. He does well to create the opening, and with his left foot strikes it at Quillen Roberts. Yeah, he just shoots it. He needs to just pick a corner here. Difficult after a 60-yard run. Two big saves there from Quillen Roberts.
Meshad looked banged up a little bit there, but able to stay in. Trainer not needed. Though it does look like we're going to see a substitution here shortly from Wilmington after this corner kick is taken. Swung in, Roberts goes up and snatches it. And just after we talked about it, we see Quillen Roberts 2 fantastic saves, and that will do wonders for his confidence for sure.
Yeah, 2 big double saves, keeps TFC 1-1. Good run though there from Martz to direct run to create that opportunity.
Bouba Job working into the area now, trying to cross in. Pibo Due not able, or is able to defend it well, not allowing that cross from Job. Job steps up and picks that pass off and was not able to corral it. And a counter coming from the Hammerheads now with Meshad.
Yeah, he tries to pass it there to James after a good press step up there. He would have been better going on himself.
Peroni for Duet. Duet. And now played into the middle for Corbos, and his cross is a little off mark. Hundal up pressuring. Meekum. Corbos. Meshad is strike well wide. Let's take another look at the saves from Quillen Roberts.
Yeah, we see Q come off his line here, really cuts down the angle, which makes him shoot it straight at him. Good play there from Mouchard after, goes past the 2 Toronto FC players. Could have defended it a little bit better. I think they thought he was going to shoot here.
Pair of substitutions here, 1 from each side. Meshad, who's maybe been snake bitten here this evening, replaced by Stefan DeFreger. And Aiden Daniels coming on for Chris Manella.
Daniels will bring a little bit of legs into the midfield. Good player, can get around the pitch. It's important when you're down a player that you've got players out there that can cover a lot of space.
Duet plays up for Moose. Corbos. Wide for Parrott. Boskovic unable to get ahead to that, but Roberts
Yeah,
step up.
I think he leaves that one. Good shout from Roberts there to claim the ball.
And Q nearly gives that away right up the middle. We've seen that from him before. Maybe a little bit overconfident trying to get that ball through. Streaking down the left side as Martz crossed in. Defended well by Boskovic. And there's Aiden Daniels with a fresh haircut. We saw the long flowing locks from him earlier this season. Has that cleaned up a little bit now. Brian James. James pushing forward with some space. Pushes it up for Bernal, wide to the left. Bernal looking to cross in for Hundal. James not able to get a good touch to it, and will go right to John Smits.
Some good play there from Toronto. James goes out wide to Bernal. Bernal puts a good cross into the box, falls to James at the edge in the end. Just snatches at it with his left foot there a little bit. He's unable to work the goalkeeper. Shows that Toronto matters, still a threat on the counter, even down a man.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
We've seen after the change here, Martz come out to the left-hand side here.
Duet receives that from Peroni. Crossed in. And Daniels will step up and win it back for Toronto. Daniels with his fresh legs really pushing the pitch here. He has Hundal with him. Bernal to the left, but he will stop up and find his midfielder, Liam Fraser. who will slow things down. Going to be another substitution here for Toronto as Ethan Beckford has approached the fourth official, waiting for a break in the action to step in. Job dispossessed.
Just before that, good bit of possession from Toronto. All started with Daniel's first good play of the game as he's come in, showed some good energy to get past the midfield of Wilmington, and then does well to keep possession.
There's Due. Moose. Due. Corbos. That's crossed in, but will roll all the way out, and this is actually gonna go for a Toronto throw. Looked like it might go out for a goal kick. Substitution will come here. Bernal will have his night end. A very strong performance from the Mexican forward, and it will be Ethan Beckford, the Stockport native, another rookie midfielder. Another 16-year-old will enter the match for TFC2. Made his debut in the 62nd minute against Harrisburg City on Tuesday after being called up to TFC2 from the Kia Toronto FC Academy.
Another academy graduate coming on. Jason Bent must really trust him to be putting him in at this situation, 1-1 down a man with just over 10 minutes to go. For me, Matt, I thought it was Sam Burnell's best game in a Toronto FC shirt in the 2 years he's been at the club. I thought he was terrific today.
Definitely a strong performance from the former UNLV Rebel. And just maybe, as we mentioned, just an eye a little bit more towards the defensive aspect. And some fresh legs in Beckford. But as you mentioned, he's got to have the confidence of Jason Bent to be brought in as a 16-year-old, the second 16-year-old on the side, and when you're down a man. So TFC to 10 men, and 2 of those are 16-year-olds.
Yeah, and Liam Fraser's, I think you said 17?
17 or 18, I have to check when his birthday is, but a youngster nonetheless. This will go out, this has gone out for Wilmington corner.
TFC just sleeping here a little bit on the short corner.
Play to the back post, headed away. Opportunity right at Roberts, and he's able to snatch it.
Yeah, it's important. Bosco, good header, but his header can't go back up the middle. He needs to just put that header out wide, or even out for another corner there. Good handling from Q to hold that shot. The short corner goes deep here. Bosco heads it away, heads it just to the top of the box here, settles it well, and then takes a shot right down the middle of Quillen Roberts.
Here's Beckford. Beckford running forward. Beckford still with it. Beckford will go out wide and pulled down after he lost control, and it will be a goal kick. Another substitution coming here for Wilmington. As you anticipated, Terry, it will be Matt Barnes-Horner.
Here we see Beckford, great change of pace here. Goes right at the Wilmington defense. A little bit honest, could have gone down after the first challenge. Can't quite get his shot off there.
So Kyle Parker's night is done, and it's Matt Barnes-Homer, number 9, checking in for the Hammerheads.
Yeah, he's a bit of a journeyman, played in England in the lower leagues and the non-league. He's 30 years old now. He's had a lot of teams. He's had 25 clubs in his career.
Wow.
So there's probably a reason behind that.
He has chipped in a goal in his 9 matches prior to tonight for the Hammerheads. There's Hundal. Hundal's strike just a little bit off the mark.
Those two look like they could play well together up there, Hundal and
they've probably got experience
Beckford.
playing together in the academy, you'd have to imagine.
Yeah, no, it looks like their movement is good off one another.
First minute. Exiting the match, number 63, Liam Fraser. Entering the match, number 45, Luca Uccello.
Luca Uccello will come in, the Woodbridge native from just around the corner here, taking place of Liam Fraser. Dewitt up for Barnes-Homer. Peroni. Talblieb. Chip forward, looking for Barnes-Homer. Headed away by Job. Wilmington still with it. Pushed in for Corbos. Corbos gets around one man and scores! What a strike from Mile Corbos. And in the 83rd minute, Wilmington have the lead. A bit of a deflating goal there for Toronto FC2 to concede after defending so well for 22 minutes down a man.
We see here Moose played into the center forward, comes back to Corbos here, steps past a tired Boskovic challenge, he just dangles a leg and smashes it into the bottom corner. Boskovic can't dive in there. Corbos smashes it across the keeper. Hugh can't get a hand on it. Good finish from the midfielder, who's had a strong performance tonight.
So about 7 minutes to go, plus out of time here for the Young Reds to find an equalizer.
It's going to be difficult now to chase a game with just 10 men.
And Wilmington, who have alternated losses and draws in their last 5 matches, loss, draw, loss, draw, loss, and shut out in 3 of those matches, are primed for a victory here. Just the 3rd time this season that Wilmington has scored more than a goal, and they have won both of those matches.
Yeah, for both teams here, it's important to try and get that win. They're both sort of 3 or 4 points away from the elusive 8th place to sort of stay in that playoff hunt.
Boskovic steps up. Uccello able to get around one man, not a second. Ball squirts loose, and it will be taken by Aiden Daniels. Daniels pushing forward. There's James. James still with it and took a second too long and was dispossessed. Wilmington will counter quickly. There's Austin Martz with pace pushing forward. Martz still with it, runs into his own teammate, and Barnes-Homer bodied off the ball there by Daniels, and he's won a free kick. Let's take one more look at that goal from the Hammerheads.
Yeah, Corbos just squares him up there, makes half a yard for himself and strikes it across cue there. Good finish from the young midfielder. Nothing Quillen Roberts can do about that one.
For Toronto FC2, if this scoreline holds, would be the 3rd consecutive 2-1 defeat.
Good reaction to the goal there. Just before we saw the highlight there, I thought Daniels did really well again, set James up on the edge of the box. James just wanted to take one too many touches. All he needed to do was take a touch and get it out of his feet and get a shot off.
Do it. Peroni. Do it. There's Martz up the left side being chased by Job. Martz crossed in, and it's deflected off for a corner. And just to the northwest of us, you see the sun, the setting sun creating quite a pretty skyline out there. hydro wires notwithstanding. But an excellent shot there provided by our camera crew.
Entering the match, number 56, Malik Johnson.
Sean Hundel's night is done. Malik Johnson will be coming in. Johnson scored his second goal of the season last Saturday in Pittsburgh in the 2-1 loss. Martz. Parrott. Meekum. Peroni. Do it. Another substitution coming here for the Hammerheads. It will be Austin Martz coming out for Bryce Taylor. Here's Malik Johnson's goal from last week in Pittsburgh.
Another great solo effort for him. His first goal was against Montreal. There we see him coming down the right-hand side, go past 3 players.
It's just a one-man wrecking crew when he gets a full head of steam.
Yeah, great solo effort here. Comes in on his left foot, bends it around the keeper. Great goal. He could use one of those tonight.
Lofted forward, looking for Beckford, and it's snatched up by Smits. And that was originally created. Good movement from Malik Johnson. A little bit of a spark inserted by Jason Bent in the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, Malik Johnson, he's definitely the kind of player who can just turn a game on its head out of nothing. And they will need that now. He's so good in one-on-one situations. Not only does he have close ball control, but he's got a great change of pace.
The foul will be called here on Toronto. That was Beckford, who was a little bit heavy in against Parrott. Looked like the referee wanted to play the advantage.
Bit of a frustrating game for Toronto today when they go back and analyze it. For the first 35 minutes, they were so good. Then all of a sudden, they sort of concede a sloppy penalty, come out in the second half. Great first 15 minutes. They look like the team with the momentum. They look like they're going to go and score, Matt. And then all of a sudden, there's a sending off, and they're back on the back foot. In possession, they haven't done a lot wrong. I thought they defended well. They looked dangerous on the counterattack. Just one of those tough nights.
They'll have 2 minutes and change to try and find this equalizer, as the wind has picked up a little bit here. And changing direction a little bit, now sort of blowing directly at us. We are in the same position as the camera vantage point, so blowing left to right from Toronto's side, which would be west to east.
Don't be trying to get the ball here. Get the ball up the pitch. You've only got a couple of minutes to try and create an opportunity.
Again, the wind still working at Toronto's back, but Roberts not wanting to put it up into the teeth of that wind. Will keep it on the ground. And he himself will push this forward a little bit. Now lobs it up. Looking for Beckford. Headed away by Douay. Job looking to find Beckford there again. But it was Talbleeb who came down with it for the Hammerheads, and now Parrott. Roberts can't handle it, and it's put in by Matt Barnes-Homer. And there's the dagger for Wilmington. It is now 3-1.
Good goal from Barnes-Homer. Creates that out of nothing. He had no right to go and win that off of Quillen Roberts. He wants it a little bit more and stronger in the challenge.
And Roberts will argue to the official that he had the ball in his grasp.
We see a straightforward ball up front. Roberts just heads it onto himself, just inside the box. Roberts goes at it with his feet. I think for me, Barnes-Homer just wants it more than him. Roberts just ducks out of the challenge a little bit, and Barnes-Homer sticks it into the empty net.
That's the second of the campaign for Barnes-Homer. 3 minutes of added time here for Toronto.
The board officials indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of Maestro watches added time to the second half.
Johnson pulls that down. Should mention that the Corbos goal Mile Corbels. That was his first of the season for the Hammerheads. And the second of the season for Barnes-Homer. Make it 3-1 to Wilmington. Daniels. Out wide for James. A little passive there, but he has won a corner. This went really whipping around now.
Yeah, it's right in James's face here. He's going to have to bring out his driver here to get this across the goal.
Plays it low. Oh, and he fans on it. That was Aiden Daniels, who had a glorious opportunity, and he just whiffed.
Yeah, great chance. Clever ball from James. He just sees Beckford at the near post. Beckford's quite clever. He just lets it run. Lands to Daniels, and he just can't make any contact with it.
Lucello, little push in the back there from Barnes-Homer, wins a free kick.
This is why this third goal is so frustrating that they conceded, because obviously if you're 2-1 here, you're still in the game and you're going to have an opportunity or two at the end of the game, but at 3-1, unfortunately, it's game over.
Even down a man, just the game flow would dictate that you'd have the opportunity. Wilmington would sit back to defend, and you'd be given that opportunity, but yeah, they're still given the opportunity here, but like you said, with down 2 in stoppage time, it does not amount to a whole lot. Referee carefully surveying the proceedings. James will swing this in, headed away. Toronto put their hands up for a handball to be called, but nothing signaled from the referee. And I think we're going to see caution here to Mitch Tainter.
Yeah, he just needs to keep his cool now, Tainter.
And Wesley Sharp, you should mention, is wearing the captain's armband after the sending off.
Yeah, just deflects off the player in the near space here. I think it just touches his hand here now. But
off the elbow.
Yeah, when you're so close, it's almost ball to hand. I think it's difficult to give a penalty for that when it deflects into his hand.
So the caution at injury time to Mitch Tainter.
Yellow card issued in the 90th minute to Toronto FC2's number 42, Mitchell Tainter.
And there's the full-time whistle. Wilmington comes into Toronto and will steal 3 points from the Young Reds. A pair of second-half goals within the final 10 minutes push Wilmington to a 3-1 victory. They snap their 5-game winless streak, and for Toronto, the losing streak will extend to 4.
Yeah, tough one tonight for them. I thought they actually played really well on the day. Unfortunately, the red card turned the game. All of a sudden, it gave Wilmington the momentum to go forward, and in the end, Courteau's made them pay, and Bones-Homer put on the consolation goal.
We're going to take a look at all of the goals scored here this evening, 4 in total.
TFC2 would like to thank all of our fans for coming to tonight's match at the Ontario Soccer Center.
And the scoring was opened by Sean Hundle. A good play here from Sal Bernal got it started.
Yeah, Hundle makes a great run to the near post here, takes a touch, and coolly sticks it into the bottom corner on his second touch. Then we see a Peroni penalty. The big center half sticks it into Quillen Roberts' right-hand side. Here, Courteau's good bit of play on the edge of the box, makes a yard for himself, slots it to the left-hand side of Quillen Roberts, and then Bones-Homer in the 90th minute comes through, wins a 50-50 challenge with Quillen Roberts, and tucks it into the empty net.
3-1, the final from the Ontario Soccer Center in Vaughan. As mentioned, Toronto has their losing streak extend to 4 games now. They will look to snap that in their next game Saturday at Charlotte. They'll take on the Independents for the first time this season before returning home to take on the Rochester Rhinos on Saturday, June 11th. A tough night for the Young Reds. Skylar Thomas sent off, 2 second-half goals conceded by the Young Reds, and they are not able to come away with the 3 points. It is the visiting Wilmington Hammerheads coming away with 3 points tonight from the Ontario Soccer Center. For Chantal Blais and Terry Dunfield, I'm Matt DiNicolantonio. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Have an excellent Sunday night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.